Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we have an all new speed review. So before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so I feel like it was a bit of a slower month, but you know what? That's a good thing. It just means I was enjoying what I have. But we did test out a few things. So the first thing I'll mention is the Milani highly rated anti-gravity mascara. I picked this up because so many people were raving about this one. I really needed to try it for myself. I don't normally test all the new mascaras because I don't like wasting them. But I needed to test this one out for myself, and honestly, it's just okay. Like, it looks nice on the lashes, but honestly, I find it very flaky. I find it flakes all over me. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what the issue is, but unfortunately, this just doesn't work out for me. So that was unfortunately a pass. Okay, I also reviewed a few Charlotte Tilbury products this month, one of which I picked up the beloved Wedding Bells lipstick shade. This is what I have on my lips today. It's kind of like Pillow Talk, but a slight bit pinker. First of all, this packaging is to die for. I have been really loving this lipstick. I really do think this would be a perfect wedding shade. Had this been around when I got married, well, it might have been, I don't know. But had I known of this one when I got married, I would probably have chosen it. I really, really like this. And again, the packaging is second to none. Are her lipsticks super expensive? Yes. But they are really good, and the packaging it's so good. The packaging, I can't. It's perfect. Okay, speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, I also reviewed the Quick and Easy 5-minute makeup. So it just comes in this case that looks like a cigarette case. You do get a nice big mirror, and you get an eye wand, a blush, and lip tint, and a highlighter. My favorite of this little kit is the highlighter. It's the prettiest, it's the easiest to work with. The blush stick is really pretty on the lips, and honestly, this does remind me a lot of Pillow Talk. As a blush, not so much. I just found it kind of, I don't know, in my opinion, it's just a little bit small, and it was a little bit dry for a blush, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I heard some people say it wasn't, but in my opinion, I do find it to be a little bit too dry. It kind of just feels like a matte lipstick, and I don't really want to put that on my cheeks. It's beautiful as a lip color, though. The highlight is beautiful. So the highlight just looks like this. It's a very easy to wear champagne highlight, very flattering, quite universal as well. I really like that. And the eye wand is okay. For me, this is another one that it's really hard to get out of packaging, but it's just, it applies to my hand just fine, but on my eyelids, it's quite dry. It is a really pretty shade, but these just aren't my favorite. I feel like there are better eye wands out there. However, I'm not somebody who tends to use a lot of eyeshadow sticks, so maybe that's the reason. I understand I'm not the target audience for something like this, so perhaps that's why I didn't love this the very most. I think it's great. I think it's convenient. I think it's perfect to pop in the purse. I've actually used it on a day when I woke up a little bit late, but I wanted to be a little more pulled together for work. So I don't think this is a terrible product. I do think this is way too overpriced for what it is. I mean, you saw the size of those little products in there, and this retails for $75. I think her instant look in a palette, little palettes, are way more worth the price point than this. This isn't a bad product. I just think that the price is way too steep for what it is. Charlotte Tilbury also released a new cream bronzer, and this is good. This is very good. So I have the shade Fair, and this is like a very moussey kind of consistency. I've recently really gotten into cream bronzers. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just really into them. But This one is definitely more moussey, whereas some other cream bronzers that I love, like the Say Beauty bronzer, those are more creamy and emollient. This one is definitely more moussey. I would say the shade of this one also pulls a little bit more cool. I think you can use it as a bronzer, but this is also a really great contour shade. That's my opinion on that. I think I'll just use it as a bronzer, in my opinion. That is what I would use this for. I love it though. I love, love, love it. I love the consistency. The wear time is excellent. It definitely lasts all day long and it blends out very, very easily. I just really like it. I like the effect it has on the skin. It's almost got like an airbrush finish, which I really enjoy as well. So really do love this one. I do highly recommend this one. Okay, 2 products to go. I finally tried out the Pat McGrath blush in Cherish. So we already know I love the Pat McGrath blush formula, but I picked up the shade Cherish because it's not like other shades that I have in my collection. I was quite right about that. This one is a little intimidating. It is a very, very bright shade, but if you go in with a light hand and just take the time to blend it out, not that you need to put in a lot of time, it blends out quite easily. But if you just go with a light hand, it's not so bad and it is really beautiful. I love this one. It's very bright, but the word happy comes to mind, if that makes sense. But I really did like this. It's not an everyday blush for me, but I really do like it. And finally, I also reviewed the new Wayne Goss Luxury Cream Foundation. So this is Wayne Goss's first foundation. It's also the first product I have ever tried from the brand. This is fine. The shade I picked up, shade 11, was actually too light. It's never happened to me before. Overall, I quite like this. It's easy to apply. It in many ways reminds me of the L'Oreal 4-in-1 Tinted Balm Foundation. However, I like that one more because this one had a tendency to cling to my dry spots, which I don't like. I do my skincare, I moisturize my skin, I do all the things, but this would still cling to any dry patches. So I don't like that. That is why I do prefer the L'Oreal. It doesn't do that. However, I do find the wear time of this one is really good. The coverage is great. It looks really nice on the skin. It looks pretty flawless except for those dry spots. So overall, this is a perfectly fine foundation. The price point is fair and the packaging is beautiful. It's not my favorite, but it's also not my least favorite. This one is just like this would more so fall into the it's fine category, if I had categories. But that is it for me today. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week. And that's it for me today. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!